Hello YouTube, this is ChardarYGO playing Hansel Aguero's Swordsoul 10E deck that won Nationals last weekend. Swordsoul is by far my favorite deck of this format, so I was very excited to see this deck do so well, and we're going to try out his deck. Looks like opponent gets to go first. Opponent is also playing 43 cards. This might be a card-for-card mirror match, honestly. Alright, that definitely is not normal summons Torn Scales. Our hand is okay. We should be able to play through quite a bit. Whether or not it will be enough remains to be seen. Torn Scales, pitch Wing. See what they mill. Mill Ancient Cloak. Effect of the Wing, going to summon back the Ancient Cloak. Okay. Trigger Stained Greaves. Okay, that makes sense. Link summon Cherubini. Looks like they're still playing the Burning Abyss. Activates Cherubini, mills Graph. Graph is probably going to summon Seer. Graph summons Seer, is not destroyed because of Cherubini's continuous effect. See if our opponent actually makes Dante. I don't think these decks play Dante anymore, but it'd be pretty fun if they did. Overlay into Breaksword. Okay. Link summon into Bardiche. Effective Seer, going to summon back Cherubini. Bardiche has the option to trigger. Does not. I'm assuming does not. Alright, mills Ragged Gloves. Sets Magic Launch. Okay, we might not have a way to deal with that. Activate the Ancient Cloak. Search Silent Boots, trigger Torn Scales. If our opponent can rank up into Kali-Yuga, then I don't think we have any counterplay to that. Need to have droplets on top of our deck, I think. Special the boots. Going to overlay into another Breaksword. Pops the Breaksword, effective Breaksword, target a couple monsters. They come back as level 4. Brings back Torn Scales and Stained Greaves. Overlays into Dark Rebellion. Activate Boots, grabs Magic Force. So opponent is all in on the rank up plan. Calls 1, activates Magic Force, banishes Graph, targets Dark Rebellion, summons Dark Requiem. So once per turn, they can change one of our monsters to 0. And then when we activate a monster effect, they can detach a material from the card, negate the activation, destroy the card, and special summon an Ixies from the graveyard. So that's a lot of text. We're going to lead on Adhara. Interesting they didn't go for Scythe Dagda. So they think these negates are better. Opponent activates Dark Requiem, chains rank up Magic Launch on Breaksword. Summons Evil Swarm Ophion. Well, that is a huge problem. So we can't activate Longyan. Can we do anything through an Ophion? Oh my god, that is unexpected, but also just really, really good. Huh, so special summon Ecclesia. Activate the effect of Ecclesia. Has an Ash. Losing Hope. Activate Emergence. Grab. No, we have no way to do anything here, do we? Yeah, we cannot beat Ophion with this deck. Scoop it up. So Evil Swarm Ophion is apparently really good against Swordsoul. We're going to go first this time. Bring in anti-spells, go down Mystic Mines. Don't actually know how good Rivalry is here, but we're going to keep it in because we're going first. Run it like that. I'm honestly surprised this has never come up. Like, no one plays actual Evil Swarm anymore, but Ophion is still a pretty crazy card. Opponent is done siding. We will go first. Standby main. Special Vishuda. So we had a way to get Vishuda into the graveyard. That may have gone better for us. Normal Mogi, effective Mogi, reveal Taya. Summon a token. Synchro Summon. Chainlink 1, Grandmaster. Chainlink 2, Mogi. We draw Emergence, which means we don't need to search for Longyan, which means we're going to search Blackout, add to hand. Activate Emergence, search Longyan. Activate Longyan, pitch the Taya, special the Longyan, special the token. Does opponent have Nibiru? It looks like it. Alright, opponent has Nibiru. Chain Heavenly Circle, tribute Grandmaster, I guess. Grab Ashuna. Opponent summons Nibiru, we get a massive token. Vishuda, target the Nibiru. Special Ashuna. Make a monk. Activate Ashuna, special Adhara. Make a monk. Activate Adhara, target Ashuna. Make Shaman. Activate Shaman, discard Adhara, target Grandmaster. Summon back Grandmaster, set Blackout and Droplet. Pass the turn. So we know opponent has functionally 5 cards in hand. So hopefully they can't play through what we're doing here. Normal summons a Boots. Alright, normal summoning a Torn Scales is already off to a start we're okay with. Opponent specials Psychic Wielder. Makes Cherubini. Activates Cherubini. I'm assuming they dump Graph. Doesn't. Alright, dumps Graph. Effective Graph. Summon Seer. Do they make the Break Sword? Alright. Makes Rusty, effective Seer, target Cherubini. We're going to Blackout here, target Shaman, Cherubini, and Rusty. So leave our opponent has to essentially start over. Okay, sets a card, sets a card, sets a card. The opponent has a ton of back row. And hopefully not a lot else going on. We draw a Mogi, which is not the most helpful in the face of Nibiru. Activate Circle. search up. Already have Ashina. Search up Adhara. See what our opponent does. I'm assuming at least one of these is a Fog Blade because it keeps giving our opponent priority. Have not summoned yet. Normal summon Moyi. Use the effect of Moyi, target the Adhara. Opponent gonna Fog Blade. I feel like they have to Fog Blade here. Like, they can wait for a Synchro, but then we draw a card. Alright, opponent does Fog Blade. Moyi resolves without effect. Activate Ashuna for the second summon. Summon Vishuddha in attack. Switch to attack. 1542. We can leave our opponent at 1,000. Link summon into Monk doesn't seem very good. Go to battle. Attempt to go to battle. Alright, go to battle. Start step of battle phase. Is opponent going to do anything? Fog Blade on Grandmaster. Sure. It's only summoned twice. Attack for 15. Attack for 27. Alright, hit our opponent down to 38, main phase 2. Activate Grandmaster, banish Blackout, target Vishuddha. Activate Blackout, summon a token for our third summon. Summon a token. Opponent has D-Barrier, calls Synchro. Can't do anything about that. Pass the turn, but we still have droplets. Opponent can't attack two of our monsters. And the only resource they have is the Silent Boots that they didn't use last turn, and so they might not even have a target. Oh, they do have a target. Why would you not have... I wonder why they waited. That doesn't really make sense. Search is another Fog Blade, but that's not going to do it. Sets presumably the Fog Blade. Okay, sets 2. So if they have another D-Barrier. Standby main, we draw an Ash. That's pretty good. Opponent lets us go to main phase. Summon Baxia. Trigger effects. Baxia, target one of the back row. Moyi to draw a card. Opponent has a Called By. Called By targets the Moyi. And now there's a Fog Blade in the grave that can summon back the Bardish. Okay, so that was one summon. Normal Adhara. Summon Grandmaster, effective Grandmaster. search up a long yawn, add to hand, activate Vishuddha, target the set that we don't know. It's probably Fogblade, but just in case it's not. Activate Adhara, get back Moyi. Go to battle. And now opponent can revive the Rusty once, but we just attack over it and then attack for game with the other two. Declare attack with Baxia. Opponent takes it, and opponent scoops it up. Alright, on to game 3. Go down Anti-Spell, go up Gammas, go up Nibiru, go up Mystic Mind, go down Rivalry, Blackout. Want to keep Called By. A lot of times I side out Called By going second, but want to keep it in so they can't summon back Rusty. Droplet seems necessary. Maybe the Mind isn't good. There's no way they bring in backward removal, right? No, there's no way. Maybe go down a Moyi, go down an Emergence, go down one of the Tayas. I prefer playing one Taya anyway. I don't know if that's correct. You can also bring in backward removal to stop Fog Blades, but that just revives and they chain the... Fog Blades can revive their monsters, and they can just chain the rank up spells. We're gonna run it like that. Assuming they went down their backer removal, unless they were really paying attention to Nationals, and then 43 card Swordsoul deck is almost certainly Hansel's list. Opponent actually taking longer to side than we were. We draw no hand traps, which is obnoxious. Ecclesia's good, Circle's good, Emergence is good. Circle seems really good in this matchup for dodging Fog Blades. Opponent thinking through their options. Also worth noting that they brought in D-Barrier when we went first, which means we're almost certain they have to fight through D-Barriers this game. Dumps an Ancient Cloak, normals a Stange Grieve, specials Kagamusha Knight. So this is like a really old list of Phantom Knight, it looks like. Special Silent Boots, Cherubini comes out, effective Cherubini. Dumps Torn Scales. So opponent remembered that they don't have to play Burning Abyss. Dumps the Ancient Cloak. See what they grab, because they already used Boots. I'm pretty sure you can only special summon Boots once. Alright, grabs the Trap card. Torn Scales triggers, special summon itself back. Torn Scales is quite a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Pitches Graph, dumps Wing, Graph triggers. So opponent is going off. Special summons Seer. If they just Ophion us again, I'm not convinced this hand can beat it. Makes Lavier. Sure wish we had a Nibiru. Pitches Seer, gets back Ancient Cloak, triggers Seer to summon back Graph. Not summoning back Cherubini's okay with us. Getting not the full value for their link rating. Overlays into Break Sword. Now makes the Rusty. Effective Rusty, dump Ragged Gloves, set, rank up Magic Launch. Effective Ancient Cloak, switch to defense, pump it. And pump it until the end of the opponent's turn. I'm assuming they make the Draco future with the Lavier, but we will see. Opponent has no shortage of options and is taking some time to come up with them. Down to the red hourglass. We don't want a timeout win, but we're okay with a timeout win. Activates wing. Targeting ragged gloves. No, targeting stained greaves. Summons back stained greaves. Overlay into another break sword. Effective rusty to pop the break sword. Break sword triggers, gonna summon back a couple monsters as 4s. Ancient Cloak and Stained Greaves come back. Activates boots, searches rank up magic force. Effective ragged gloves, dumps fog blade. Overlay into Dark Rebellion. See, here's where we would want to Nibiru. Banishes Cherubini. Summons Dark Requiem. We draw Forbidden Droplet. That is probably our best draw. Special Ecclesia. Activate Ecclesia. Opponent's going to negate. Alright, I think we let that go. Chains rank up magic launch because we have to hold the droplet until we're negating the Ophion. Activate desires. Draw nothing good. And we banish the driver. Alright. What now? Activate Emergence. Chain Droplet, send Emergence, Gamma, and Circle to grave. Negate, negate, negate. Search Taya. Normal summon Taya. Effective Taya, banish the Emergence. Summon a token. Do not use the effective Emergence. Do we activate Heavenly Circle? Probably. I don't think it's getting anything better than Vishuddha. And then opponent did not Fogblade Taya, so we don't need the one in our hand. Grab Ashuna. Make Baxia. Baxia chain 1. Target the one we can't attack over and the back row. Taya chainlink 2. Dump our last Moyi. Shuffle back. Set the dead Heavenly Circle. Target the Heavenly Circle and the Moyi. Summon back the Moyi. Effective Moyi. Reveal the Ashuna. Special. Activate the Ashuna. Special Vishuddha. Synchro Summon Grandmaster, Chainlink 1, Grandmaster, Chainlink 2, Moyi, draw a card, search Longyan, add to hand. Make a monk. Vishuddha, bounce. Guess Lavier is the most attack. Activate Longyan, pitch Vishuddha, summon Longyan, summon Token, summon Shinging, make our opponent's stuff tiny, activate Longyan to burn, enter battle, attack over Rusty, and we got there. GG opponent.